Welcome back, guys. I hope everyone had a great Christmas and doing well. I want to take the moment and thank every single one of you for all the support. If you're new to our channel, thank you for jumping aboard and consider subscribing if you haven't yet, as I will show you how to take on any challenges that I have encountered on the second and third gen Prius. On this channel, you will also find videos on gold prospecting, metal detecting, travel, and whatever else I encounter on my today life. One thing I want to be clear on is that I'm not a professional mechanic. I just want to share my experience and help other people take on the challenges to fix it ourselves, as it is very expensive to take the cars to a shop. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support to the channel. I really appreciate it. We're working on the third gen 2010 Toyota Prius. Our problem today is our horn stopped working. It just doesn't work no more. It's been a while, and used to be able to turn the wheel all one way and it would work, but when you need to use your horn, you can't just turn the wheel and then honk. So I'm gonna be replacing the clock spring on this. I'm gonna have to remove the airbag and show you guys the process here. All right, guys, let's get started. First things first, just make sure your steering wheel's straight, and we're gonna take a look at the wheels and then go to the back and disconnect the 12-volt battery to make sure we don't have power here on the airbag. Wheel straight. Alright, guys, so that's unplugged, and I'm also noticing there's some water in there. I think I'm gonna have to fix this railing here, put some silicone. I'm also gonna be unplugging the hydrate battery. Get that there. So that's done. Put this here. Now I'm gonna get some tools. So here's a couple tools I'm gonna be using. Some picks, Loctite, Torx bit, if it does take a Torx bit, flathead, clip puller, these two ratchets, and a magnet just in case. Alright, guys, on the steering wheel where your cruise control lever's at, you have this cover here you're gonna have to pull off. See it there? I'm gonna use a pick in this area. See if I can pop this cover off. So this is the cover. It's on the side of the steering wheel. You have two of these. The other side doesn't have a lever, it's just a cover. So we'll remove that as well. So you guys can see that. Here's the other one, and it's marked left. Of course, you can't get that wrong because this side doesn't have a lever. All right, guys, on this one, it doesn't have a bolt like the second gen. So you see this clip here? There's this clip right in here, and you're gonna have to push this clip in. There's the end inside of here underneath where it's sticking out here. Push that in. Guys, after you push those pins in, you push this side. I can't really get you guys in there at the same time putting the flathead in there to push that clip in. But push the clip in on both sides and it loosens up the airbag. So your airbag comes off. And now I can show you guys in here what I'm talking about, the clip. So in here, you're gonna come in here, push with the screwdriver, your flathead. See it here? So on the back end, you push this clip and it gives you, it releases the airbag from here, from this guy here. So that this pin goes in there and this clip locks it in place, so you can't this won't come out when you're driving. Both sides have it. So here's the by the door, same thing. So again, you're gonna have to come through the back side. See where the screwdriver's at? You push this clip up, it releases the airbag. Both sides have it. It's pretty cool on the third generation. The second generation has two bolts, has a bolt on this side and a bolt on that side, releasing the airbag. Again, guys, don't forget to unplug your battery. I unplugged the 12 volt and the hybrid battery because I don't want no funny stuff going on with throwing check engine lights or anything messing with the hybrid system, because it's real sensitive. So right here, we're gonna unplug these cables here, and remember why we're disconnecting the battery is so this doesn't deploy while you're working on the airbag assembly. So we have these two here and then this ground that we have to remove. Pull these tabs up. I should remove this one. So it's got this tab here. I'm using this angled clip. See that angle pick. Come underneath and lift this tab up. Be very gentle with it. It's plastic. Remember, this can break. You want to make sure this doesn't break. Same thing this side. Go on the back side of the clip. Lift and it unlocks it. So right here you have a black one and an orange one, so you can't confuse those, and then you have this ground one here. I believe that's ground. On this ground, I used a flathead on the bottom side, and you pull that off so it's easier to come off. This is on there pretty tight. So here's the airbag assembly. So this is what detonates when you get in a car accident, this piece here. And we'll put this in the back just in case it goes off. It shouldn't go off. And now we can work in this area, start removing some of this harness here so we can get to this bolt. So you have to remove this harness here. This one goes down to the bottom of the steering wheel. I'm using a flathead again to push this down. So this one, just push this to the bottom, get that out of your way. Same thing with this one. Push down, pull on this. Let me move these out the way, put these up. And we just need room to get to this bolt here, this nut. See this nut here? And now what I'm gonna do is mark the nut the way it sits. So I'm gonna get something, a marker or something, mark it on the nut and the bolt. So when I put it back, it sits in the same place, the same orientation you took it off. So if you have a white marker, be better. I'm also going to put it lined right here, just so I can get an idea. Get an idea where that's gonna sit once you're done. All right guys, when you're gonna remove this nut is a 19 mil. So this is the setup I'm using, and this ratchet, extension, and deep socket 19 mil. You're gonna need to put pressure underneath the steering wheel, hold it centered, and have somebody help you grab it on one side, because you are gonna go rotate this way down towards the carpet. So here we go. Real tight, push and drop down, and that's it. You loosen up that guy there. So here's a nut here, and there's my mark. This is a 19 mil. Deep socket. Okay guys, if you're having trouble getting the steering wheel off, sometimes it's loose and you could just pull the steering wheel out. And in this case, this might be the first time the clock spring's getting replaced. The steering wheel's on there really tight. I'm gonna need a steering wheel puller, and this is what we're gonna use here. So this guy drives into here, this one goes in here, and you put another one here. So centered that. Alright guys, that's the way your puller is going to sit. I was trying it the other way where this is facing up, and then I tried it where this is facing down, and that didn't work. It wasn't aligning right. So I set it up like this, long ways this way. So the longer point's facing the driver door, and this smaller side is facing the passenger door. So you set the bolts up, you drive them in a little bit, So there's pressure. Show you guys there. So once we start driving this in, it's going to start pulling the steering wheel out. And this is going to be a 14 mil. You drive this in and you're able to get that steering wheel to pop. You'll hear the pop. Let me loosen these up so I can take this puller off. If you don't have one of these pullers, you could go down to the auto parts and you can rent the little toolkit. It comes with different sizes. You just leave a deposit down. They take your ID, your information down, and you rent the tool. And then as soon as you're done, just take it back and you're good. They give you your deposit back. So it's really a free program to get a puller like this, and it does come with different sizes and more things you can add to take different assemblies off. They sell a universal puller. No, excuse me, they rent a universal puller. So now that that's out of the way, now we can remove our steering wheel. So here's our steering wheel. This was on here long time because you could just tell it's been in there. I think this is the original one. I don't think this clock spring's ever been replaced. So that's what we're gonna get to next. All right guys, you're gonna have these axis points here. I'm gonna use this style pick here, or you could use a small flathead, very small, something that fits in there. You know, push in here, gives you access to the bottom. Same thing here. And this is your bottom cover. So you're actually just pushing these tabs in. You push these tabs in and it unlocks it here. Those tabs are secured into place right in here. So they latch on. They clip on, latch on. Top one. There's the top one. So when you put your screwdriver pick, you push this in. So you push this here, this guy here in, and it pushes this tab away, and it unlocks this. So now we have to unplug this harness here. And then we'll take a look at our replacement. So here's our replacement. You're gonna have to unplug both of these guys. So this harness here and this one here. So that's this yellow one. You might have to use a screwdriver to push that. And it looks like I'm gonna have to use a screwdriver. Pull that tab up. See, there's a tab right there. So a tab here. All right guys, I'm gonna I'm gonna wait on this guy. I'm gonna pull these two off here. You pull these tabs. There's a tab here, a locking tab, and there's another locking tab on this side. See if I could remove this. And then I got another one on top. Here we go. So it's 3 of them. I can't get this tab out. Can't see this right here. Guess I'm gonna have to put this back in. Try it again. All right, guys. So this clip's kind of a pain. I tried pushing that tab up, and what I found easier was to come on this side and pull on the tab down, and then this comes off. So I got the pick and I came in here and I pushed this down. Since pushing this tab back here wasn't working, see that? I would push and it doesn't even move. Okay, I see what's going on here. So it looks like we have to pull this guy. See how this one moves? Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Okay. So we need to pull this guy back. Okay, there it is. All right. So this guy here, get your flathead, put it right here, and pull back, and that's it. Wow, I wish I would have seen that earlier. I am doing this in the rain, can't have the door open the way I would want to. Okay, so this guy here in the back, and now you pull these two tabs down. There's another tab on this side. And then there's a tab right here. And this comes off. So this is the clock spring. This is the original one. And now we're gonna compare it to this guy here. So this is the aftermarket. This came to be like 20 bucks, $22. This is aftermarket part, not OEM. It looks the same. I am gonna have to transfer this unit and assemble it here. But for the most part, everything, all the other connections look the same. Same thing here. So let me go ahead and start that. All right, guys, this is the original clock spring. I have to remove this guy here, and flathead, you go here underneath this tab. I believe this one here. Well, actually, I'm gonna have to remove all these, everything here. This whole assembly piece comes off. So you have a tab here, a tab here. Excuse me. Nice. Thanks. Another one here, another one here. So we'll work our way around it. going to be kind of challenging because everything snaps back into place. Huh. Lift this tab first. I'm gonna put my finger underneath this piece here. I try to push against it so this doesn't slide back into place, and then come over here on this side, push this tab, and then just hold this with your finger there so it doesn't lock back into place. And then come over here, pull that one, and continue to push away, and then get this tab here. There we go. So then this assembly comes off and it goes in like this. Now we're able to put this on our replacement. So see how it has this guy and this guy here with the opening? Those go in here. So they have to go in there. What I'm noticing is that the rotation of this one's locked into place, but I want to be able to slide this guy through here like this, and see how it has an opening here for this pin here, this guy here. I have to set it up in a way where I'm able to slide this in to place. It's gonna have to go like that because it does have a slot. Okay, so this has to slide into place there. So you got the bigger opening here and a smaller opening there, and that's for this guy here and this one up here. So that should slide like that. This is the original one, and since this one comes locked into place, I have to unlock it so I can rotate this. Alright guys, I had to snap the tab off. This is the locking mechanism that helps it not to rotate. You're not going to need that. This is the original one. You can see that this one's also snapped off. Right, it's just to hold this in place so it doesn't rotate. So now I'm going to put it in a position so I can slide this guy in. So remember that. So it should be like right there. That's the way it was sitting. And now we're just going to lock it in place. Just push all the way around. You hear all the snaps go in. And don't worry, because you can't mess this up. You see how you can see the orange tab right there? That's where it's centered. So when it goes back in, that's where it's centered, because if you put it in like this, then it's not centered. So the cool part is it's got that little window so you can see. And the original one also has that. See, here's the original one. It also has that window, and you can see it there. This one has it at the bottom. So in this position, it's straight. See the difference? On this one, this position straight, this position straight. This is original, aftermarket. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put this back on. Everything pops back into place. Put this guy back on. This clip here, this one here. Well, this one didn't snap, but it's not coming off, so that's good. Put this harness back. So all of that's back in place. Okay, so fish this through here. So that's in place. Now we're gonna get our nut. And you guys see that marking there? The bolt there and down here. So here's our nut with our mark. Start this by hand. And this nut will drive your steering wheel back into place. So if you're wondering, I used the puller and now what do I use? So that's what this is going to drive your steering wheel back into place. So hold your steering wheel. We're almost there, you see that? So we just got to keep turning it and we're almost there. Again, you might need somebody to hold the steering wheel so it doesn't move. A little bit more. That looks good. That looks good right there. So the marks are lining up. You could definitely use a torque wrench. If I find what the foot pounds are, I'll throw it up on the screen there. I'm not sure what the foot pounds are. That's why I marked it, so I could keep the same orientation. And it's tight. It ain't going nowhere. Another thing that I didn't do, I'm gonna have to take it off again. It's real. It happens, you know. One step that I did miss here is to put Loctite on this bolt. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this and put some Loctite on it. Here's some red Loctite. This is a gel kind. I'm just gonna put some inside the threads here. See that there? And that'll be enough to go all the way around the threads once you start driving this in. Okay. A little bit more. Tiny bit. And that's it. You can wipe off the X's Loctite. And now that that's in place, your steering wheel is not going to go nowhere now. And that Loctite makes sure that that nut's not going to drive out when you're driving. So now we can put this clip harness deal back into place here. See if I can put this go here. So that goes back in there. And this guy here. Goes back in there. Make sure those are in place. And now we get this ready to assemble our airbag back into place. Airbag, next piece to go back into place. Remember, your ground goes here. So we'll put the ground first. Now it goes into place. And this guy here, we push that locking tab. Locking tab. And now, just double check that nothing's in the way there, because this guy's just gonna assemble. It's gonna pop right back into place. You heard that pop? Okay. Obviously the horn's not working because there's no power. So let's go to the back and go plug everything in. Alright guys, so I'll put the hybrid battery back into place here. Okay. Put our positive back on. And these are 10 mil. Okay, put your cover back on. And we'll put this guy back on. Ground. Alright. Now let's go check inside. Alright guys, now let's find out moment of truth. We got a horn, guys. So that's it, guys. That's how you do this clock spring replacement on a 3rd generation Prius. This is 2010. You can definitely use an aftermarket piece. It's not a big deal. Save yourself some money. And yes, you could do this. You could do this yourself. Always remember to unplug your batteries. I unplugged both just to be cautious. I mean, I don't have an a detailed scan to it. It'll tell me other things, other issues that could happen with the car. So to avoid those problems, I just unplug both of them. So once again, guys, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate all the new subscribers coming on board. Share the videos. It helps other Prius drivers work on their cars. If you know somebody that's stuck with an issue, suggest the channel, and hopefully that could help them out with whatever problems they're having. If not, just drop a comment, and I'll try to help as best as I can. Well, at least on every issue that I've encountered so far on the 2nd and 3rd generation Prius. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Stay tuned for the next video. It's right there next to the car. No problem. There it goes. Don't forget to put, where is it at? There we go. These plastics back on. I was already saying goodbye to you guys and I had forgot to put this back on. Also with these guys. There we go. So, good. And I don't have a part number, unless this is the part number. Oh, here we go. Part number there. Part number 84307-47020. Made in China. And I got this on eBay, so you guys could definitely check that out. It took a couple days to get here, but it worked out.